Hello, welcome. I'm going to take a look at G.I. Joe Color-Vue pencil by number. So, I've mentioned many times on the blog, maybe in the videos too, that G.I. Joe is my favorite toy line, but I haven't actually shown any toys on the channel. I don't know, it's more, I don't know how to show them, I guess, because I only did one Star Wars toy video too. But I thought, there's tons of great toy videos already. So I thought I'd show these. I've shown G.I. Joe Shrinky Dinks before because they're a little offbeat. I think they're common, but they're not items that you'd see videos of, or probably too much information. So this is more, I'm not going to color these. I've colored a few actually when I was a kid, but it's some cool artwork to look at if you like G.I. Joe. And you can see I do have a Duke action figure here. I've got one for each cover. I was trying to take the picture for the video, little thumbnail picture. I tried to set the characters like the box. So he's Duke with his binoculars. He's not actually holding his weapon or anything. So there's 3 of these. I don't think they made more than 3. I don't know. The back of the box, it only pictures these 3 that I have. The backs are basically all the same except for the barcode. Though there is a hole punch. One of them hasn't been punched out. I'm not really sure what that's for because it doesn't go through, so it's not something you'd hang on a peg at the store. Maybe some kind of tag, like hook tag to attach to it. I'm not really sure why they did that. So these don't actually stay in place too well, and the boxes are kind of flimsy. They don't stay closed that well. I guess I'll just pull out the bottom here. They all have the same pencils, I believe, though I'm missing a few in one of them. Slide these out of here. So the pencils, they show you what the numbers stand for. They give you 6 colors, so you're not going to get perfect accuracy if you're trying to color these the same way as the cartoon or the toys. But of course you could use your own colored pencils, completely ignore the numbers and just color them the way you'd like. And you can tell, maybe it's not that obvious when you pull one out. It's dual colors on each one, so, half yellow here, half blue. Alright, so some of this artwork I think is original. Some of the images do look familiar, some don't. I think some they also took multiple art from other like toy boxes or carded figures and just kind of mixed and matched, kind of get a picture in there. So this is the Mobat tank with Steeler. Sometimes it's not obvious who the character is. They just look like generic soldiers. You get 6 pictures in each one. Like I said, I've colored a few. Not recently though. It must have been in the 80s. These are all copyright 1984. This, I have no idea. I assume this is Duke, but unless I'm forgetting someone, who has a sword? I mean, this looks like a medieval sword. I don't know who that is. I can't think of any Cobra or any bad guy that carries a sword like that. So these are still attached too. I haven't detached all of them. So this would be Grand Slam, I believe, using this. I think it's just called Jump. This was sold with and without an action figure with Grand Slam. It's a jetpack with a little platform. It is a toy. And then this gun was also sold as a toy, the twin gun. So I think, I don't know if these are based on the cartoon or the toys, but it looks like the toys. The way it's drawn. So I'm pretty sure these are based on the toy line. So this one partially colored as well. This is some Sky Strikers. Of course, the box cover does appear in each one as an imaging in color. This one here is the cover, Duke. And we have a picture of Stalker. And I don't know, this is the Mobat again. You couldn't really tell. His hat looks a little like Flint's, I guess, the beret. But yeah, I said it can be hard to tell who they're supposed to be. So Duke represents, the good guy box, and then Storm Shadow on the cover of the Cobra box. Odd thing is, he's the first one that does say Duke, and the next one says Zartan, but this one doesn't say Storm Shadow. It just says Ninja, Cobra enemy, Ninja. Maybe his name was too big to fit on the box, so they just went with Ninja. Unless, you know, this was made so early he didn't have a name yet, but I think he was in the cartoon by then. It just, he didn't, his action figure I don't think was for a year or two. Here's my Storm Shadow. He doesn't look so hot though. You get this with white plastic where it yellows, and his limbs are the flimsiest limbs on any of my figures. It's too bad because these are one of the coolest figures, and I'm missing some of the accessories. I might have them somewhere. Should have 2 swords and a bow, but unfortunately today I broke him as well. I was putting him on stands. You know, the let me open this drawer here. I should have left one out. One of these. You know, they're meant to stand G.I. Joes on, so I was displaying him for that image for the video, and as I put it in there, the back of his heel just flew right off. It just, I guess maybe the little stub there was a little too thick, or the plastic is just brittle. Maybe that happens when they're yellowing. So it's the first time that ever happened, of breaking a heel on a figure. I have a couple broken, at least 1 or 2 broken thumbs and a hand that broke off, and I think a crotch or 2 that broke. They break there somewhat commonly. But yeah, I never had a heel break like that. So of course, there's the same image on the cover, though they added a G.I. Joe. I don't know who that's supposed to be. I get a nice Snake Eyes image. Some Sky Strikers, I believe, in the background. Nobody else. He gets his own image right here. Can't really tell what he's doing, if he's blowing stuff up or stuff's blowing up around him. There's another Storm Shadow. In fact, there's multiple Storm Shadows. This one and this one. It's just art. I don't think they're appearing in the same place at the same time. Maybe with that same Joe. Now, here's one I colored of a Cobra soldier and a Fang helicopter. Now, I followed the color by number, but yeah, they don't have black as a color, so I guess they wanted you to color it green, because that's what I did. Green is number 3, and yes, those are 3s. I followed the numbers. Here's another one I colored. Appears to be Duke punching Storm Shadow. Actually, I didn't color this one. My sister wrote her name on it, so she must have colored this one. And Spirit gets to appear in this one as well. This would be Storm Shadow in the background. This artwork has certainly been used other places. I think this is the art that's on his action figure card, actually. Not really sure what helicopter that's supposed to be. I think it's just a generic helicopter. And last is Zartan. They wrote it a little different, like the other guys had their names in black down here. His just Zartan, the enemy. Technically, I guess he's not Cobra, he's a Dreadnought. And, well, here's his action figure, and I'm missing one of the leg pads. These pop off. Of course, his skin changes color. It's kind of what the figure's known for. It turns dark gray. Although I also couldn't find his gun. I said I could have all this stuff. I have so many accessories, and they're not all sorted properly. So I dug around, but I didn't want to spend all day trying to find it. I will say there's a blog entry for this, of course, and I scanned every single one of these. So aside from the ones I colored, you could actually, you know, save the image and print it out if you actually want to color these. They don't fit. They're a little wider than the scanner, so like a large part of some of these margins are going to be cut off in the scans, but the whole image is there. So again, Duke, he's all over the place. Pretty sure that's supposed to be him again. He's fighting Zartan in this one. And Mutt and Junkyard make an appearance. Again, this is common art. I think this might be the carded. the image on his action figure card. Looks like somebody is going to shoot an arrow, an explosive arrow at Zartan. There's scrap iron in the background. Not really sure who that is. These are all still attached to one another. So there's no other Dreadnoks in these, unfortunately, just Zartan. Here's Major Blood. I'm guessing this is Flash on the Ram cycle. And there's some lady looking out the booth. I think it's like a, I don't know, like a toll booth or something. And there's Baroness with a Sky Striker and, is this Flash? I think it's Flash. This would be his also carded artwork from his toy. And then Baroness, this might be too. I mean, these, like I said, I think there's some, it's kind of overlaying different artwork that appears in other places on some of these, whereas some, like I think this Major Blood image is original. I have not seen it anywhere, unless, I mean, there could be frames taken from the cartoons. I would never remember. I'm not really sure. They don't say who drew them. Alright, did I miss any? I think this is the box cover, which is this image of Zartan. I think that's it. Like I said, you should check out the blog if you want to try coloring these. I don't know if anyone would want to, but they're fun to look at. I've got a number of these type of things for G.I. Joe, like coloring books, activity books. They have some nice artwork in them. So, it is it. Thanks for watching.